Welcome, one and all, to Ross's Game Dungeon. Welcome, guys, to solo ReacTalk. This morning, I'm going to be reacting to a video requested by Brandon Lewis. It's called Ross's Game Dungeon Veil of Darkness by Accursed Farms. Yes, if you want to check out my previous reactions to other Ross's Game Dungeon videos, remember the playlist card is going to be at the top. Just click on it and be able to access them. If you want to check out the original video as well as Accursed Farms YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. Yes, I am back after like a nice rest period. I'm back, and let's start off my return with Ross's Game Dungeon. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I don't have the follow-up episode yet, but ooh, welcome to the Halloween episode. This time we have a double feature. A game I've played and a game I haven't. And one of them is going to be age restricted. I had to, there was no way around it. But that's for later. Tonight we have Veil of Darkness. This is an adventure RPG something game? This is another new one for me. I heard about it, suspected it might be good for Halloween, but never had the guts to brave early 90s RPG mechanics. Until now.
What is being written here? I can see Lord, I think it's Nikolai. Yeah, Lord Nikolai 1562. Okay, I can't read what's up there. Yeah. Early 90s game. Okay.
I can't read any of this. Oh. Well, I guess that's a little better than Realms of the Hauntings quote, but I'm not impressed.
And if he denies the Dark Lord his place of rest, the veil of darkness shall be lifted, and the evil reign of terror shall at last come to end. Okay.
All this is some guy in the 1500s saying the Dark Lord can be defeated. It doesn't even rhyme. Okay, it came later, but Diablo 2's manual had a pretty solid intro quote. See, look, it rhymes. We didn't need 2000s technology to rhyme. Oh well, I guess, it's our hero, I guess. Looking casually lost? Uh-oh, look behind you. Look behind you!
Vampire.
He's coming! Oh, you're dead now. Yeah, okay. So I guess this was our starter hero. You know how some horror movies kill people off right at the beginning just to keep people in the seats? I guess that's what this is.
Those guys are the lucky ones. Those who are, killed off in the first few seconds of the movie. They're the ones who don't have to go through the torture, through the suspense, the anxiety of running away from this murderer, and then eventually they're killed. So at least those ones who die in the first few seconds, they die very quickly. So yeah. It's still bad, but at least your death came extremely fast. Yeah. That still sounds wrong. Okay, let's just continue. Sorry, guys.
Veil of Darkness. Okay, you might think I screwed up here, and maybe I did, but I'm giving this plenty of clock speed, and this intro is probably the lowest frame rate I've ever seen in a game. I timed it. This intro is cruising at a smooth 2 1/4 frames per second. It's less authentic, but I'm gonna speed things up a tad.
Thank you very much, Ross, because I can see that, things here are moving a bit too slowly. Like it's still trying to catch up or something. I don't know. Like it's very slow. Yeah, the frame rates are very slow.
So you're a pilot flying over Romania, cool as ice. Meanwhile, some grumpy vampire is having another bad night from the looks of things. But his jewel thing serves you up as some entertainment.
Is this Dracula? Okay.
Well, he tries to down your plane by telekinetically screwing with the controls, which doesn't work because you're too good a pilot. That pisses him off, so he sends some bats to take another stab at this. Yep, that does the trick. Down you go. Haha, that's hilarious. And our intrepid pilot makes it. Sort of. No, he collapses. Well, some Frankenstein-looking figures are ready for him and carry him off into the night. Whatever's going on here, this town sure seemed ready for him. Oh, and I apologize if the music is getting on your nerves. It's a good theme, but it's a 45-second loop. Yeah, let's cut it a second. You're getting off easy. If I didn't speed things up, you would have heard that theme 6 times just from watching the intro.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you. But, let me be honest, I wasn't really thinking about the music. I'm mainly just listening to you, to Ross, and I'm, watching the gameplay. I haven't really been thinking about the music. So it hasn't really irritated me just yet, if I can say that. Yeah, this little village or town is quite nice. I like it, with the purple kind of color scheme here. And, you can see the night sky with the moon, crescent moon, as well as the cloud that is, cutting in between it like that. And yeah, even with the trees and the way the darkness is being shown on the trees like that, it's quite nice. I like it.
More on the music later. And we awaken to, well, she looks like she has ventriloquist dummy eyes, to be honest. But we'll just assume she's human. So our hero probably has a concussion, and her father rescued you from the plane crash. Her name is Deirdre. And we are? Oh, it's one of those games where you choose your name. Okay, I'm gonna go with Chuck. He looks like a Chuck to me. So
Okay, Chuck. I can see you. I think this is the UI, right? There's like inventory section, because I can see there's a blade there, and then there's a portrait of Chuck, a portrait, and then Chuck in a casket. I'm not sure what that's about. Hopefully Ross can explain to us. And then of course there's a bag. I think that's for the inventory, but yeah, alright. And then on the other side we can see Chuck facing either left or right. Alright, okay.
Chuck hits on Doll Eyes a little bit, but she says he needs to go see her father. So I guess that's where we go. We have another Revenant-style control scheme where you have to hold down the direction you want to go.
Meaning you only play with the mouse? Okay. No keyboard? Alright.
But this came out in '93, so honestly anything goes as far as the controls. And speak of the devil, would I like to play with full, simplified, or easy combat?
Is it not the same? Simplified or easy? Are they not the same thing?
Again, this is an early 90s game with RPG elements. I trust a game like that to have a reasonable combat system as much as I trust Chuck to talk his way out of that intro. Easy all the way. No shame, no regrets.
I agree.
Okay, we're in a hallway. Whoops. Hello, game player. From time to time, there will be doors behind which there is nothing important. In that case, I will print the message, "There is nothing important behind this door," so that you do not need to figure out how to get past the door. Okay?
Nice voice acting there, Ross. Nice voice acting.
I guess that's the computer talking to me. That's a little weird, but we'll go with it. Nothing important. That one's locked. Nothing important. Nothing important. Nothing important. Oh, a cutscene. Nothing important. Nothing important. Okay, these rooms are pretty nice, but there's nothing in them I can interact with. Aha! Our host! When the metal beast fell from the sky, Deirdre and my servant went to investigate. They were stunned when you emerged from the wreckage.
The metal beast. Does he mean the aeroplane? Oh, okay, that's strange.
Ah, looks like airplanes are the new hotness here. You will find that this valley is somewhat behind the times, good sir. We have never seen this thing you call an airplane.
No way. No way. Romania? And it seems like Chuck was flying like a World War II plane. Romania has gone through, or should I say that region of Europe has gone through World War I and World War II and commercial planes being used for traveling. There's just no way. There's just no way that these people don't know what an aeroplane is. There's just no way, guys. Like, I can't believe that. This is some sort of trick, some sort of lie. Yeah. I don't trust this, man. I mean, even though you haven't seen a plane, at least you could have heard a plane, passing by. Those things make noise, so there's just no way.
Brings us to a good point. What year is this? I think our only lead is the plane itself. If there are any aviators in the audience, maybe you can ID Chuck's plane here. I don't know much about planes, so I'm guessing at least the 30s. So, a little bit of culture shock, and here we see the conversation system. As you talk, the game will highlight words which you can bring up to discuss.
Sir, an aeroplane, okay.
And in return for saving us, he asks if I can go get a hammer back from his neighbor since he's being a punk about returning it. Sure, I could play Repo Man for a bunch of strangers. This is
Why didn't you ask about your aeroplane, where it crashed, so you can get back to it or something?
my kind of game. Before I leave, I find the basement and some coins. Now, this game has a great feature, which is it can magnify items that are of importance. Then you can just drag them into your inventory, Legend of Kyrandia style. This is almost necessary, because the vast majority of items you can't interact with. Shelves, boxes, portraits, piano, fireplace, it's all decoration. So yeah, we need this. And off we go to explore the town. Seems like the sign with a severed head is our natural first stop. What do you think? Inside we have a Peter Lorre looking bartender.
Who's the lady in red? Hey.
Wait a minute. I don't remember seeing you in here before. You're not that guy that, came from that thing that fell out of the sky, are you?
Yeah, it's pretty clear that's going to be my new label for life in this town.
Ross, stop. Okay, just stop. This voice acting is just too good.
Anyway, he tells us how much he likes collecting cups.
It's my finest. My pride and joy. I'm just aching to drink from such a fine cup. Of course, I'd never do such a thing unless I had the finest vintage. Only the best for such a fine goblet, eh?
The local barfly hits on me. I think I'll pass.
Hello there. Why don't you pull up a seat? We'll talk for a while. My name is Sophia. Ooh. This lady in red, like, that's the first person I saw as soon as Chuck came into this, establishment. That's the first person I saw. Bright red dress. Huh.
Moving on, I guess I'll check out the house with the skulls on pikes out front. Inside, of course, it's the Urban Spices shop. Hello, Annabelle. My name's Chuck. She tries to sell me some fennel seeds, and I'm conflicted. I mean, I probably will need those, but I can't think of why, and I only have 2 silver. So I think we'll hold off for now. Now, the shop without skulls out front is the general store. He tries to sell me an oil lamp. That sounds way more useful, but again, I want to see what my options are before I start buying. And we're operating on Zelda rules where nobody seems to care if I just walk into the back room and their homes.
Usually with RPGs, right? For example, Dragon Age, right? Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age 2 or Dragon Age Inquisition, I usually first collect as much money as I can, hoard it. I don't buy anything. I don't, do anything with the money. I just keep collecting items, selling them, collecting money from chests and all other manners of places where you can collect money, and I just collect as much of it as possible so that, towards the end of the game or, in like the mid part of the game, I'm able to buy, very expensive gear. I'm able to buy as much health potions or explosives as possible, so that the game becomes a bit more easier for me towards the end. That's what I usually do. So I think it's something that should be done in almost all RPG kind of games. You just gotta hoard a lot of money, be disciplined with your money, don't splurge it out all at once. Just keep it to yourself until it is truly necessary. Yeah.
Let's see what we can find. Well, I find a sick girl who's apparently dying of the madness. At first, I thought it was rabies, but I don't think she's been bit. It's just the madness. The mother asked me to leave. I think that's probably for the best. Moving along, let's check out this house. There's some more skulls on the shelf. I'm tempted to start another skull counter like in the Black Mirror, but I think I'm gonna get overwhelmed. Aha! I think we may have a clue. You find all kinds of interesting things going through other people's homes. So what would a detective do?
Follow the blood stains. Follow where they lead. They're going all the way to the bookcase. So, yeah, push the bookcase away or take it down.
Look at how clever I am. All right, money. Yeah, let me just get my fingerprints on the murder weapon here. This must be the hammer the host was talking about. I'm getting the feeling this small favor just turned into a big one.
Where are the police? They should be here in this house. But there doesn't seem to be any form of local law enforcement. Yeah. Huh, okay.
Okay, seriously, game. I don't get any commentary on this. The protagonist just loots him and moves on. I'm not expecting a line for every single little thing, like, look, that's a chair. But this isn't noteworthy enough to get a response? Alright, let's keep going. So what's in this
We keep moving forward.
house? These homes feel bigger on the inside. This kid's working that yo-yo like there's no tomorrow. He needs to go outside. You're the man George was talking about! He said you were a monster, but you're just a man!
Well done, Ross. Well done. Well done. It's so convincing. Oh, this child.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult explaining what a plane is to these people. Are you sure it isn't a monster? Like the werewolf that attacked Mother? This kid's gonna have a lot to deal with growing up.
Werewolf? Okay, so there's not only vampires in this community, there are werewolves as well. I wonder what other supernatural creatures also live in this community then. Huh.
He wants to see the plane. Not now. You're just like Dad! He never lets me do anything! All he wants to do is show me how to make candles! I don't care about candles!
Candles are a business, boy. You have to learn how to do that so that you can sustain yourself in the future.
I want to see the thing that fell out of the sky! Hey, that's enough flip out of you, mister. Now you're gonna go back to making candles and you're gonna like it! Well, that could have gone better. Let's check the basement. Surprise, it's a candle maker. Are you the Outlander that fell from the sky? Yeah, that title works. I'll take it. I guess I've been called worse. My name's Chuck. Well, he tells us how his wife's dead and hopes his son doesn't get the madness. Death is an ever-present companion in this place. Yeah, that's this guy's whole shtick. Death and candles.
The madness, is it some sort of illness that is, that can be transmissible? Or is it something that is also like supernatural caused? Maybe from the werewolves or vampires? I'm not entirely sure. However, it seems like it only affects children, This parent is worried about his son contracting the madness, but not himself included, And in that other house, we saw, I think it was like the mother taking care of the daughter who has the madness. So it seems like it only affects children. Yeah, okay, interesting.
Up! Hammer time! Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting conversation. I wonder if we're gonna wipe the blood off first. Nope, we're giving it raw. Fine by me. You found the bloody hammer! Yeah. Salvation, now I'm sure you're the one! If it wasn't you, the hammer would never have been found. Yes, I
The one? What does he mean by that?
am the one. I found the hammer. Some call me hero, but I was just doing my job. Ah, okay, so Chuck isn't waltzing through the corpses oblivious to the world around him. He is reacting like a human. I admit, if I was in his shoes, I might just play it off cool, act like everything's normal, and just ride my hammer fame out.
I don't know. Hey, I think I would try to go to the authorities or something instead of just, going with the flow. Yeah, I mean, there was a dead body in there, in that room, where you collected the hammer. So, yeah, I just can't pretend.
Not sure screaming they're crazy would be the smart play, but the host gets it. No, Chuck, you're not crazy. Cursed is what we are. Yeah. And you're cursed too. You're trapped here. Okay, well, you represent hope. Hope for us all. You can deliver us from Kieran's evil. Pressure's on, Chuck. I'm out.
Okay, he represents hope. So, what is he, like Neo from from the Matrix? Okay, all right. You are the one, Chuck.
Of here, with or without your help. Yeah, just try it, Chuck. No one leaves here alive. You'll either go mad or be slain by monsters. And now he starts rapping about the prophecy, and I'm the one, and he studied it his whole life. Man, I hate prophecies. Is Chuck really prophecy material?
Like, I hate prophecies too, they can be so vague and so cryptic, and you have to decipher it the way you believe it's interpreted, and in the end it might not be that way how you interpret it, and it might be completely wrong, and you'll be betrayed by this prophecy. So yeah, believing in prophecies is a dangerous kind of chance game. And yeah, Chuck, good luck. Good luck, bro.
I know I was ripping on Conan in another episode, but I can't deny, Conan looks like he's cut out to fulfill some prophecies. This is exactly what you want to see when it comes to prophecies. Or in gaming, BJ Blazkowicz, Duke Nukem, Serious Sam. These are who you want fulfilling your prophecies. Chuck, I don't know. You're gonna need more than a chipper attitude.
Usually what you see with all of those people who you would see them as potential messiahs or heroes or prophecy people, you can see that they're big, they have all the muscle, they have the sword, they have all of this charisma around them, and yeah, posturing is important, I guess you can say that. And Chuck doesn't really have that aura around him, as being someone who is strong, who is, has that charisma, the strength to defeat all enemies. He just seems like a regular pilot who's just crash landed in Romania and he doesn't know what's going on here. So yeah, he doesn't look like a prophecy fulfilling person, but good luck, Chuck.
Oh great, so I'm supposed to fight an elder vampire. You're not Van Helsing, Chuck, but it's the prophecy, right? Wouldn't want to forget that. So let's devote an entire portion of the HUD just to keep track of our prophecy. See, you click on it and it'll automatically mark off when you fulfilled each portion of the prophecy.
That's a lot.
It's a friggin' prophecy-o-meter. This gets an award. So I got stuck for a little bit, but if you talk to the villagers in the bar a second time, they talk about a farm for you to go check out. So let's do it. Ah, now we have a map. Now this belongs on the HUD. At the farm, the farmer actually reacts to you just walking into his house. He says he could have killed you for doing that, but he's too lazy to get up off the couch. He tells you that your plane crashed in his field and implies maybe you should go clean that up. In the back, his lovely wife is chopping up rats for dinner.
Rats? Oh my gosh. But you guys have a farm. Don't you guys farm vegetables or something like that? Why are you eating rats? Yeesh.
Talks about how you have to chop them up good, otherwise her husband can choke on the tails. Now, even though this game has RPG elements, there's no hunger meters, so I guess we're done here.
Yeah, we're done. We are done. Get out. You're not eating rats, Chuck.
From here, wait a minute, what's that? That looks like a refrigerator to me. They have refrigerators, but they've never heard of planes?
These people are lying, Chuck. Oh, Ross. These people are lying, Ross. They are lying. They are lying. They've seen or at least they've heard of a plane, passing by their community. Once, at least once. They know. They know these things.
Well, okay, they're near the mountains. I guess it could just be an icebox.
No.
I might be jumping the gun here. On to the crash site. Uh-oh, it has wolves. So, back to the farm.
They look like pumas with red eyes. Okay.
Luckily, there's a pitchfork out in the barn. Yeah, here's how the combat works. You see the HUD, of course. Well, it's been hiding the whole time. You have to equip a weapon in your hand, then you thrust and have a cooldown. This is a lot better than what I was expecting, actually, even if that's not how I would hold a pitchfork. Come get some, wolf. Oh no, dice rolls for my hits. Come on! Ah! Well, I guess that wasn't too bad. Maybe I shouldn't have picked easy after all. I'm honestly kind of shocked that a game from this era proclaiming to be easy is actually easy. Well, really, it's hard as nails if you only use the mouse, but this is playable with the keyboard. Although it's not perfect because sometimes I hit diagonal and nothing happens, other times it works. Anyway, I find some bushes and my plane is gone. Damn. Whoa, what was that? Oh, a tree. Sure, let's talk to the trees. May the Dark One rot for this. I want my body back. You gotta help me, please. The spiders, they're all over me. I can feel them crawling.
Is the Dark One the vampire? So the vampire can use telekinesis. It can direct bats to attack any person it desires, and it can transform humans into trees. Wow, okay, this thing is powerful. Oh yeah, and it has some sort of jewel that activates a television, you know, like enabling the vampire to see what's going on in the community. Wow.
Chuck has the appropriate reaction. So the short version is this guy came to check out the crash. The vampire's minions came, hauled off the plane. That's a lot of minions. Then the vampire himself showed up and turned him into a tree. So let's recap here. Chuck is supposed to stop an elder vampire who can see people coming miles away, can turn into a bat, telekinetically project his will, command animals of the night, has enough minions to haul a freaking plane away, and apparently is also a sorcerer that can turn people into trees. You know,
Chuck, you are the chosen one. You are the chosen one. You are the one to defeat this evil vampire. You are the chosen one. Good luck.
every vampire story has its own rules, so I'm glad to see this one isn't watering down the power of an elder vampire. If anything, this is even above average. You may think you're big man on campus now that you have a pitchfork, Chuck, but you really have your work cut out for you. I don't know what this guy expects me to do. Let's make like a tree and get out of here. Unfortunately, I really don't know what to do. This is my limit on figuring things out on my own.
I think maybe you need to collect, the necessary items to kill a vampire. You need a steak, you need garlic, you need salt, I think. That's all I know. Maybe like a flamethrower. I don't know if you can make one, but yeah, you need fire as well. And yeah, I don't think that's gonna help though, but let's just see.
So no regrets about turning to a walkthrough online. That's an upside of not playing this in 93. I have found no apparent advantages to killing creatures rather than avoiding them. Okay, so I feel even more dumb for playing on easy, but I couldn't have known that. I mean, in how many RPGs does it pay off to avoid enemies? So the walkthrough says I needed that oil lamp. I knew it. So let's go back and get it. Wait, what? I can't buy it anymore? I only have one chance? See, here it is earlier. Now it's gone. No. Something I haven't needed until now. The game doesn't just highlight words you can talk about. It expects you to type them in, too. One of those. And it gets worse. I was at least told about the lamp. Apparently, some words you don't even get told. You have to guess.
Now imagine you can't spell out a specific word, then you're stuck in this game trying to figure out how to spell a particular word that you wish to request to someone in the game. Like, it's going to be funny. Yeah, this is crazy. Really? You're expected to type out the words? You're expected to know what you're looking for? Wow. Okay.
So little tolerance for this crap. I don't miss this one bit. See, I also have to ask the host for a pipe. How would I know that? Maybe I missed a clue, but that feels like a shot in the dark to me. All right, so we have the lamp, we have a match, we put one in each hand, then light it. Then we throw it at the tree? Are we going to smoke the spiders out or something?
No, you're going to burn the tree down. Oh no.
Seems like that could hurt him. All right, well, I'm not one to question the walkthrough. Here we go. Wait, what are you doing? I'm gonna burn! Please don't do this! I'm gonna burn! No! Oh, wow, this is dark, guys. I hope you're proud of yourself, Chuck.
Wow, Chuck. Wow.
I'm not saying I had a better answer to the situation, but damn. From here, we need to get in the habit of going back to the tavern because the villagers will gossip about what you need to do next.
Wait, did you collect the ash? Because I could see after the tree burned completely, there was ash left behind. Maybe you're supposed to collect that. Yeah. You know, to kill the vampire with it. I don't know.
Well, that's the monastery, so let's head over there as it's opened up on our map. Here, there's a priest who sells holy water. Also, he's apparently surrounded by his invisible brotherhood. Some of the brothers are here right now. Can't you see them?
You mean they're dead?
They see you. Isn't that right, Brother Leon? Why, yes, I see him right now. If we go in the basement, there's some cursed monk who can't stop writing because of a cursed quill. But he can't talk about the quill. So if we ask him for the quill, that breaks the curse, and now he can talk because he's no longer cursed. You know what? Forget it. This whole subquest logic is just pissing me off. And that's it for the monastery, so back to town. Seems talk of the town is now the gypsies, so let's go see the gypsies. I like how chill the music is here. Speaking of the music, okay, here's the deal. Most of the music conveys a pretty good tone and is quite fitting, but you're listening to the ad-lib version. But this is actually excellent for the ad-lib. Ad-lib music always sounds so cheap. Wah 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 wah. I always felt like it could have been better, even back then. I mean, compare ad-lib to almost anything on the Super Nintendo and the defense rests.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of music like this, you know, this dee 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 or wop 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 as Ross says. I'm not really a fan of such music, you know. But yeah, it is what it is of the time these games were, you know, brought to the market. So yeah, I'm just not a fan.
But this game also supported the mythical Roland MT32, which was about as good as it got back then. And hey, wouldn't you know it? That sounds way better! Now, modern software does support MT32 emulation, but my understanding is it's just not there. It can't emulate it properly.
No.
It reminds me of this picture I saw showing an enhancement mod. Some things are better, some things aren't. The MT32 is the best way to experience old game music, but something about it is apparently impossible by modern science to recreate. Somebody needs to go out there and record all the music from games that used it before it's too late. Even this guy only got 3 or 4 tracks recorded, then gave up. Hurry! Anyway, here's where we start hitting full-on RPG mode because we get nothing but loose ends for rapidly multiplying quests. One gypsy will read my fortune and it's kind of a ripoff. All she says is I'll be holding a hammer and raising my arm up and down. Oh yeah, that helps. Another gypsy will make a potion to cure the madness. Yeah, you remember the madness, right? But look at all this crap she needs. A wide-bellied jar with a face painted on it. Okay, now I know she's screwing with me, but I'm the outsider, so it's not like I can call her bluff.
Okay, but do we need all of these stuff to cure the madness for the children? Or for that particular girl who's bedridden? Okay. I thought maybe it's meant for yourself, as Chuck, but like I assumed that only children are the ones being affected by the madness. Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while. And this guy needs a piece of wood to make a flute, and God knows why we need a flute. Yeah, this is an RPG, alright. But it's also an adventure game, because of course we know to ask this gypsy about Edward. So she gives us a package with a key. Still no regrets about using the walkthrough, guys.
Yeah, definitely the walkthrough is helping helping out Ross so much here, because really, who would have known that you have to go to this particular gypsy's trailer, and ask her about Edward? How would you have known that? Yeah, definitely. And I think I want to take a, what do they call it, palm reading, a hand reading, and I think I need to go to someone who can do that, so that I can see my future. I've seen other people do something like that, like on television or YouTube, but I haven't really done that myself personally, So yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in doing something like that. Okay.
I guess from here it's off to Edward's house. He was that dude that didn't return the hammer and got mauled. And wouldn't you know it, he has a secret entrance to the catacombs inside his basement. That might explain the cracks in the wall here. The foundation itself may have issues, and I'm guessing catacombs could do that. I have no idea about Romania, but in Florida, sinkholes will swallow up houses like they're nothing. I've always had a certain fascination seeing so much time and resources put into a home, only to have the earth say, we're just gonna eat you now.
In South Africa, we also have something similar with sinkholes in some regions, especially where there's mining happening. Underground, there is some sort of mineral called, I think it's dolomite, if I'm not mistaken. And due to heavy rain, this mineral or this substance, dolomite, right, it dissolves over time because of the rain, and then it creates a cavity. And that cavity, it becomes weaker and weaker as time goes by, and then the surface collapses in on itself. And anything that was on top, whether it was a house or garden or anything else like that, it also just sinks into the hole. So I'm wondering whether Florida is also, having this problem with dolomite, or is it just something else? Yeah, okay.
Inside the catacombs, there's a bunch of bats, but we can just run away. I'm still glad I know that. Now this is a maze, but the game graciously auto-maps it as you go. And you don't see this every day, it gives you a hotkey to print it as you go also. This game might have been made before the industry started adding planned obsolescence to printers, so this isn't quite as frivolous as it seems. It's really not that hard a maze actually, maybe they'll throw their full weight at me later.
The music, I'm getting irritated. I'm getting irritated by the music. The dee 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 dee. Oh gosh, stop.
Through the catacombs and whoa, jackpot! We're in the wine cellar of our gracious host. I have mixed feelings here. On one hand, I don't like stealing from the guy who rescued me from certain vampire doom. But on the other hand, he won't shut up about his prophecy, so let's run with that. Yeah, does the prophecy say how a stranger will loot your savings and run off with your daughter? Did they forget that part? Well, we steal his wine too.
Wait, you're gonna run off with his daughter? Yeah, no, well, when Chuck woke up, she was the first person he saw. Yes. She was the first person he saw. Yes. Sorry, guys. Confused myself there a bit. But yeah, okay. Good luck, Chuck.
Then, if we head over to the tavern, the barkeep immediately recognizes the wine, can't believe the owner parted with it and proposes a toast so we can drink it immediately. Chuck says hell yeah, so we get a cutscene while he breaks out his fancy gold goblet. Chuck then explains that because he handed the gold goblet to him, it now belongs to him. This...
What? I promise I'll give it back to you later. Lies. He's not going to give it back to you later. Chuck is not going to give it back. Keep your golden goblin, man. Don't let him take it. He's going to steal it.
Majorly pisses off the bartender, so we decide to leave. But it's okay. Chuck promises he'll bring it back.
Seth, you should have fought for your golden goblin, bruh. Now he's taking it and you'll never see it ever again.
Okay. So now we need to head back to the monastery. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention how the priest will resurrect people from the dead. He just needs their ashes, and he needed the cup of life back as it went missing.
The tree, the ash, yes. And he needs to find a cup? Yeah, the golden goblin thing. Yeah. Alright.
Well, guess what we have now? That's right, this is the cup of life. Oh, and he also charges 3 silver pieces for the service.
Seth is definitely not going to see this cup ever again. Never. It's staying right here.
That's about $60 in today's prices, though I've heard silver is currently undervalued due to market manipulation by JP Morgan. Either way, that's a great price for a resurrection. I've seen other games charge way more than that. This is a bargain no matter how you slice it. Divine deeds done dirt cheap. And that also means there was a purpose to Chuck torching that tree man. So let's get this show on the road and bring it back to life. Looks good to me. Actually, he kind of looks like the unstable mutation guy from...
He kind of looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan. He really looks like a Titan.
Magic the Gathering. Close enough. Oh, and the priest points out that this is a quality resurrection with his soul intact. Not your everyday necromancy. So you should consider that before you compare his prices to other games. Our Revenant's pretty pissed though. Apparently being burned to death is awful. Yeah, I bet it is. We ask him where our plane is. At first he holds out, but then he tells us it's in the swamp. May the Dark One take your soul.
Man, did you see his face? Oh, he's so angry. He is flipping angry. Poor guy.
How's that for gratitude? We should have just threatened to turn him into a tree again. I bet that would shut him up. This is one of those situations where nobody's really in the right here. And speaking of which, we head out but leave the magic goblet I borrowed with the priest. Smooth, Chuck. Especially since you promised you would bring it back.
Seth is never gonna see this cup ever again. Never.
I don't even tell him the priest has it. I just leave. You know, I had a friend who acted a lot like Chuck is right now. So let's check out the swamp.
Wait, you had a friend who would take your possessions and say, I'll bring them back? Yeah, I've also had friends like that. You know, those who borrow my stuff, you know, like borrow my eraser, borrow my pen or pencils or colors or coloring pens or stuff like that. You know, like during primary school or high school. Yeah, you had people like that, you know. And for some reason, I never said no. Maybe because I had everything, you know, I would ever want, and there were some people who just didn't have those things, and I wanted to share. And maybe that was my mistake, that, you know, I just didn't really force the issue, like to say, can you please give me back what you borrowed from me? You know, I never really did that. I was very timid or passive, you know. Sometimes people would bring them back, sometimes people wouldn't bring them back, and they would also give excuses, you know. So yeah, I also had friends like that.
Yeah, our plane's done. We're not gonna be flying out of here. It's littered with useful stuff though. A machete, revolver, rope, a lighter, a second backpack. I'm glad I have all this, but I'm slowly having an inventory crisis. I'm filled with crap that I don't know if I need, but I have smaller containers I can stuff more things into. But only smaller items? Or rather, it depends. But on...
Sorry, Ross. I'm just wondering what was Chuck's occupation? You know, I thought he was just a pilot, but he has a machete, a gun in his airplane. So now I'm wondering, like, was this guy like a special agent or a military officer or something like that? Yeah, interesting.
Top of that, I have a weight limit, so this might turn ugly later. Plus, I don't know if I drop things if they'll be there when I come back. In Diablo, you can drop money, and if you come back later, it will always be there. Not in Diablo 2. If it's not in storage, it's gone. I don't want to drop an essential item that have it be purged from memory half an hour later. Maybe that can't happen in this game? I don't know. This is a 90s RPG. It is so not safe for me to assume that. And now it's back to the tavern for our next update, and wouldn't you know it, the Tavern Keep does not pull a shotgun on me from under the counter. So I'm free to do whatever it seems. Plus, now we have a gun. Well, the villagers dropped that there's another village. Oh-ho! Yep, there it is. It's called the Other Village.
That's it? The other village? Really? Wow, guys.
Excellent. Well, in this village, the music isn't as good, and here we find the reason quest logs were invented. First, we have the silversmith, and business is booming. Silver is used against the undead, so people can't get enough of the stuff. But uh-oh, watch out. The walkthrough says do not talk to him about crafting a small sword from silver. It sounds like that'll leave you broke and you won't be able to complete the game because you need to buy other things first. So yeah, one of those games again.
He avoided a potential pitfall right there. He avoided it. Oh.
We talked to some old lady about herbs, and her son, who's the local historian, will tell you everything you ever wanted to know about the lore. He knows the history of the buildings. He knows the family tree of the vampire lord. He had 6 brothers, like Alexander, who had his head cut off in a duel. Fyodor, found in a dark alley with his skull split open. Nathan, shredded during a hunting accident. You get the idea. But
yeah, man, all of these family members were killed brutally. Huh. Was it by him? Probably.
if that's not enough lore for you, the manual has a 32-page prequel about the grumpy vampire's origin. It also has what looks like copy protection to me, but I think this copy has been pre-cracked. Next up is the Magistrate, but first, look at that. You see that? Yeah, that fountain has an animation. This is exactly what I was talking about in the cave world. This game gets it, but yeah, this guy is your classic ruler. He's been appointed by the Vampire Lord to govern this region. The law is anything that doesn't please him or his master. Simple enough. Also, hey, want to earn some money? Go kill this werewolf that keeps killing the villagers. You got this, kid. Yeah, you can't kill him with conventional weapons, but you'll figure something out. Also, I had some guy hung for killing Edward, but word is it was the wrong guy. I don't know. Yeah, it's like the game says, he had to hang someone. So Chuck freaks out about this, so the magistrate's like, yeah, fine, tough guy. Bring me some evidence showing who did it and I'll hang somebody else, alright? Jeez, get off my back already.
So the innocent person, what happens with that? You know, what are the repercussions to that decision? Nothing? Man.
Yeah, remember the laws, Chuck. So moving on, we have another house with skulls out front, so whoever lives here must be good people. Yep, it's the Gravedigger, who sort of looks like my uncle, and he's getting annoyed the dead just keep getting up out of their graves. I can understand that. It's like watching all your work being undone. He also drops some hints like, hey, maybe he can dig Chuck's grave. Wink, wink. Chuck doesn't seem to think so. That's what they all say, my friend. That's what they all say. Yeah, this guy's seasoned. He's seen it all before. Oh well, time to steal from him, I guess. We have a shirt, a bottle of wine.
Why is his bedroom so untidy?
I thought these were pills, but it's a strength potion. Close enough. The digger
Strength potion? Okay.
blocks this door up front, however, and Chuck doesn't press the matter. Chuck is the friendliest home invader I've seen. The Gravedigger does have a werewolfy beard going on, so it will be interesting to see if we have to come back here later to kill him. On the way out, we also steal his shovel and parsley in his garden, you know, as a memento. The gravedigger recommended we stop by the cemetery to check out his handiwork. Sounds like a plan. We're immediately mobbed by skeletons, though it's really not that bad because it actually is easy. I still can't believe it. Although my machete does not work on the skeletons, only the mace does. So this is one of those games where you have to have the right weapon for the job, which might be a problem later with this inventory, but whatever. And this music is really annoying. Yeah, that's better.
Thank you.
Some demon is blocking entrance to the mausoleum because the master says we may not pass. Okay. We also got a tip about a witch down at the crossroads from the historian, so let's pay her a visit. Oh, but whoops,
Oh, this is the person who was killed, or should I say executed. The one who's been falsely accused.
dead guy is talking to us. Apparently, this was the fall guy for Edward's murder. So this is who the magistrate was talking about. Well, he can't pass on because of a spell or something, so he's chatting up everybody who comes by here instead. He also says not to trust the witch. She'll betray you, cook you in her pot, blah blah. And please find out who really murdered me, otherwise I'm going to be stuck like this. Okay.
So he's undead? Why hasn't anyone tried to cut off the rope, you know? So that he can just walk around and probably find the person who actually killed Edward, and, you know, he can clear his name. Why do they just leave him there like that? Okay, chosen one, do your chosen one things.
Well, let's see what the witch has to say about all this. Well, she's quite friendly actually, except she's having a feud with the dead guy because he has some key to a crypt where one of her ancestors was wrongfully killed, and she needs to set him at peace, but she needs some ivory horns so she can carve magic engravings on it, so you can summon the dead ferryman to take you across the lake to find the book so her grandfather's spirit can— Okay, whoa. Everybody slow down here. How many open quests do I have at this point?
Too many.
10? It's like nobody ever did anything helpful in this town until I came along. Yeah, better pick up the pace, Chuck. Your prophecy meter isn't moving very fast. Well, we return to Village, and whoops, looks like the minstrel got murdered by the werewolf while you were out. Yeah, I skipped over him. He was just some guy playing a violin, and now he's dead.
I didn't even notice him. I only saw the lady in the red dress, you know, and Seth. Everybody else, I don't really take notice of any of them. Okay. It's unfortunate what happened to this man.
That's the short and long of it. The townsfolk can't believe it. It literally happened at this inn, and the werewolf came in through the window? Oh.
And no one tried to help? You guys just watched this all happen? Wow.
Oh my god! The tavern keep tells everybody to pipe down. He'll take care of it. Just give him a minute. You think this is the first time he's had to deal with somebody being murdered here? Jeez. Well, that's your cue, Chuck. Go and get first pickings at the crime scene. Yep, he's dead all right. Well, finders keepers. I guess we're supposed to investigate this.
So the werewolf dragged his body all the way into this room and started, you know, devouring him? Okay, wow.
Hey, everything okay in here? Getting ready for bed, huh? I've done that before. Well, this guy has a crazy face. He's a good suspect. He tells me about a guy named Crazy Frank on the edge of the woods who he got in a fight with. The old hermit punched him so hard he knocked out his tooth, but he bashed him even harder and knocked out 3. Score. Then he tried to give them to the gypsies to make a voodoo doll out of them, but they refused. So he's offering to sell me the teeth instead because of the sentimental value. Sold.
A voodoo doll to do what, exactly? To torture him?
Sounds like a deal to me. Well, I guess we better go and visit Crazy Frank at the edge of town. He screams a lot of nonsense and wants us to leave. I guess I should have seen this coming. The music here is awesome, though. Seriously, we need to get the MT-32 on this, guys. Frank wasn't nice to me, so I guess now we head back to the gypsies and ask about that voodoo doll. I'm not sure why we're doing this. I'm also not sure why we're asking Romanian gypsies about voodoo. Chuck smooths things over and says it's cool, he's not going to kill Frank with it, he just wants to scare him. Yeah, that sounds like a foolproof plan there, Chuck. She wants me to promise I won't use it to hurt him. No, I can't do that. I set a tree man on fire, remember?
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway because she needs a list of more ingredients. Ugh.
Man, this is just exhausting. All of these, to-do lists that Chuck has to do, and it's not even connected to the main storyline. Or maybe it is. Yes, maybe it is connected to him figuring out how to kill this vampire. But still, hey, to be going up and down, left and right. But it's just like any other, RPG game. You have your quests, to-do lists, things that you have to collect, things you have to activate and do. So yeah, it's the same way. It's just that it's very exhausting in this game, it seems. Yeah. And he still has to make a cure for the madness affliction, right? Yeah. He still has a lot to do.
This is getting out of control. I've got to close these quests. So let's do that. By now, I've wandered the countryside enough to find most of the ingredients for the healing potion, but I still need a lock of that kid's hair. I don't think Mom is going to be cool with me asking for that, so I ask Yo-Yo Kid for help instead. Dad says it's the Pale Prince's evil soul reaching and touching his children, the people in the valley. Dad says we're all forsaken, lost to the rest of the world. I like how this just rolls off his tongue. I cannot imagine what this kid is going to be like as an adult. Anyway, he just so happens to have a lock of her hair, so let's do it. Yeah, mix.
Wait, how does he have a lock of her hair? That's weird, man. Is he like that guy from that movie? What was it called? Charlie's Angels? I think it was Charlie's Angels 2, if I'm not mistaken. There was this crazy guy who would take, women's hair. He would pull it out off their scalp, and then he would smell it, like he would sniff it, and then he would start screaming. He'd be like, "Wow!" I think maybe this kid is going to be like that guy. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, that is weird. How he has her hair like that. Okay, whatever.
Mix it up. There you go. All right, lady, here's the potion for the kid. Get her to drink it already. Damn it, don't argue with me. Just drink it. There, all better. She's happy and,
That face. Oh gosh, lady.
I don't know if that cured her of the madness. That face does not inspire... Yeah, she would never stab anyone. Well, Mom's happy, so we'll take it. Boom. What's next? Solve the murder. Well, we find evidence the gravedigger was at the crime scene in his apartment. But that's not quite enough to satisfy the magistrate. But wait a minute. He was growing parsley in his backyard. And according to the local herbology expert, it's an evil plant. Its roots grow all the way down to hell itself. And only murderers grow parsley. Well, that's it. We've got him dead to rights now.
That's the proof. That's how you're going to accuse this person for murdering Edward? Really? Oh, okay.
I informed the magistrate, and it's hanging time. Well, we don't get to see the hanging, but if we head back to the crossroads, the ghost thanks us and gives us stuff. I like how they just cut him down and left him there right next to the new hanging. Oh, and the girl's dad's ghost also thanks us and gives us stuff. Sort of. I mean, we have to help ourselves, but, And now that we're back in the cemetery, I found a book to get rid of this demon ghost thing. Alright, first we need to use the ribbon on the bell. Check. Then we need to light a candle. Check. But wait, what do we do with the candle? We can't keep holding it. Okay, back to the inventory, I guess? Because now we need both hands to use the spike on the bell with the ribbon. It didn't work. What's going on? Does the candle need to be on the ground? Damn it, I hate summoning rituals. Banishing rituals. This crap always happens to me. What?
I think you should check out the walkthrough or playthrough information online. Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, it has to be a blessed candle.
That means you have to go all the way back to the monastery. Okay. At least the blessings are for free of charge, right? They're not, you don't have to pay. So yeah.
Okay, back to town to buy another candle, then head to the priest to get it blessed. Now, back to the ribbon and the bell, light the blessed candle, now do the bell with the spike. Damn it, it's still not working! I hate rituals! Oh, wait, let's put the candle back in my backpack. Yes, that did it! That was almost worth it. But what's the walkthrough say? Do not enter the mausoleum. Don't do it, Chuck. Why would you want to enter after clearing an opening? No, where we want to go next is
So if you went in there, the game would have broke down. Oh wow.
the middle of the forest. Well, here's the forest. On the way in, we meet a friendly lumberjack warning us we're gonna die. Off we go. Yeah, it's pretty bad. There are blob things
What's that? Those are not wolves.
trying to kill me, wolves trying to kill me, these damn will-o-wisp things that want a piece of me, and of course, none of my weapons work on them except the wolves. I find that damn horn the witch wanted, and oh, hello, Banshee. Whoops. Rip.
Whoa! You just disintegrated. Yikes. I didn't know banshees could do that.
An outsider who failed to pierce the veil of darkness. Wah! Okay, so we shouldn't do that again. What we should have done is wear the talisman that was bought from the historian earlier. So this time, well, oh god, a ghost hit me and I've aged 40 years!
Wow, you can actually see it in the portrait. You know, the portrait face. Like you can see he has gray hair and everything. Wow, okay. That's cool.
That sucks. That sucks so hard. I can't walk as fast now either, and I'm sure my damage has gone down. I ran away, but I am crawling now. Gah! I can't outrun these wisps! Oh! I've been weakened on top of being aged. Yeah, look at the bags under his eyes now. Well, the Banshee doesn't bother me anymore, but this is so bad. I can't just walk this one off. What does the guide say about this? Read the Book of Temporal Incantation. I don't have a Book of Temporal Incantation.
Go steal it. Go find someone who has it and steal it or buy it. Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that the entire game. Well, we're gonna have to use our own home-brewed anti-aging spell. It's called loading your game. We'll
Yes, genius. I like that. I like that. Load the game. Yes, Ross. Yes, this guy. It's the best anti-aging, cure, curse cure kind of thing that you need. If you made a mistake, reload your last save.
skip ahead here. All you're missing is more pain. So we get out of the forest, drop off the horn for the witch, she scribbles her whatever into it, and now it's off to the lake. Oh my god, more will-o-wisp! Weakened! They're mobbing me! I can't do this! My weapons still don't do anything! So it looks like I have to go back to the forest, pick up this branch here, bring it to the carving guy, and he makes a badass enchanted staff for me instead of a flute. And it doesn't even charge me because he's a bro. And now it's back to the lake. They weaken me again, but at least now I can fight back. Plus, I'm not aged again.
Is it working? I don't see it working really on the wisps.
Though, in fairness, going out and bashing forest spirits with my stick is the sort of thing I could see doing in my old age. Thankfully, we just have to take some herbs to cure weakness. That's way better. Time to blow the horn. Hark! It's the call of Adlib. The ferryman appears to take us across, though this honestly feels uncomfortable since he only has one arm. You should be rowing him, Chuck. Oh my god, it's more will-o-wisp!
Man, they come towards you like you're famous. Like, yeah, Chuck, Chuck, Chuck. You know? And Chuck is like, get away from me.
Get away! No! Well, that was bad. But now it's time for the real pain. The hedge maze. It's exactly what you think. Except not only do we need to find our way through the maze, oh no,
What's that? It's like a snake or a worm. Oh gosh.
we also need 6 cloves of garlic sprinkled throughout the maze, and there are these snake things all over the place, and they poison you. These remind me a lot of the snake things from Path of Exile. That game has a hedge maze too. But unlike Path of Exile, only one weapon works on them. I only figure out later that the pitchfork doesn't work. I don't know what to say here other than this is just awful. I really associate stuff like this with a lot of old games. They'll have all this cool stuff going for them, and it's obvious a lot of effort went into them, but then you have stuff like this that just makes you walk back all the good impressions you had until you don't know what to think. Even with the auto map, it's just a slog because we have to be thorough and find all the damn garlic and manage our inventory. And
I would give up. I would definitely give up. Yeah, thankfully Ross is playing the game and not me. Wow.
remember, this is all because I loaded my game so I'm not cursed. Can you imagine doing all this as old man Chuck?
It would take you forever. Forever.
I can't. Well, it ends. Eventually. Yeah, look at my backpack. It's about ready to explode. I'm just gonna have to dump some things and hope I don't need them. Past the hedge maze is a mansion with a magnificently aggressive looking British aristocrat. He can't believe I got past the hedge maze. Me neither. He has a holy relic that will glow when it's close to a vampire's coffin that he'll trade me for some cigarettes. Yeah. I guess that's a trade we're gonna be making. He says I'm welcome to stay here, but please don't steal anything. I wonder what that means.
He knows what you are. Chuck, he knows. You are a stealer. You're a thief. Yes, I should say like that. You are a thief. He knows. He knows.
Anyway, in the back, he has a copy of that Temporal Incantations book. We're gonna need that. And up in the attic, he has a fancy rapier. That could be useful too, so this visit's a pretty good haul. Well, we're getting closer to the Vampire Lord himself, but we still have some loose ends to tie up. First, we can finally afford a silver shopping spree. So we get that silver sword along with silver bullets. Though you have to know to ask about the bullets because this is 1993. Next, we check in with our host only to find out he's been keeping his zombie son in the attic or something like that. Also, Deirdre got kidnapped by the Vampire Lord while you were out. Whoops. Well, let's take care of that zombie. Aha! I am kind of wishing the game had sound effects here.
So wait, the son is dead? You can't help him? You can't cure him of his zombie affliction or something? Oh, that's sad.
Supposedly it does, but I couldn't get them to work. See? Look. Sound Blaster's not good enough, apparently. It's good enough for most DOS games. But remember that werewolf? About that. All I have to go on is the walkthrough and what I'm seeing in the game. So maybe I'm missing something, but I think the only way to determine who the werewolf is to manually accuse every single character in the game of being the werewolf. This reminds me of a comic I saw about the law of averages.
And there's a lot of characters in this game, There's a lot of NPCs, if I can say that. Oh gosh.
That's exactly the game we're playing here. Though hey, if Chuck wants to shake his nickname as the one who fell from the sky, this is how you do it. Keep this up and people will be calling you that crazy werewolf guy in no time. Well, it's the farmer's wife. Da da da. Oh damn, here we go. Yeah, get that gun ready, Chuck. Blam, blam, blam. Well, that's done. I guess we should exit out the back.
So wait, what about the farmer? Is he also not a werewolf? Or is it just the wife? Wow. Okay. And it looks like she's been skinned alive or something. Okay.
Continuing to wrap things up, we drop off everything for our voodoo doll so we can go scare Crazy Frank. It works! Crazy Frank is scared! He tells us about a cave where a bunch of vampire ladies tried to kill him. We go there and this sucks because even though I have a silver sword that's been blessed by the priest, that still does no damage to them. The only thing that works is holy water, except this isn't Castlevania. I have maybe 2 or 3 of those and they cost 1 silver each.
Go back to the monastery then. Go get more of it. You know, if you have enough money, I don't know.
There's a lot more vampire ladies than that. Go away! But deep in the cave, we find the book. This book is a big deal. Remember that prequel in the manual? It was about how Karen became an evil vampire because of this book right here. It's all chained up though, so Karen doesn't have to share its power. This pisses off the book so hard, and he needs me to free him. Or it. The book tells me Karen is not as intelligent as he thinks he is, and that the key's going to be right next to his coffin for sure. Then the book gives me a pep talk telling me he would kill me if he didn't need me, and as soon as we finish, I become cursed and get Doom Guy invincibility eyes.
I can see the eyes, yeah. That's cool, actually.
But unlike Doom Guy, I am not invincible. I'm just cursed and people won't talk to me now. Yeah, I can see that. So it's off to Karen's fortress.
Whoa, look at his face. Look at Chuck's face in the portrait. Whoa, he looks like a Super Saiyan or something.
Ba-ba-bum. And here we have some Super Ghouls and Ghost-esque music.
I don't know why, but this reminds me of the adventures of Billy and Mandy, you know, on Cartoon Network. Yeah, if you guys know what I'm talking about, then yeah, the music, it reminds me of the theme music of Billy and Mandy, yeah.
I approve. I didn't even know Adlib could sound this good. Well, his fortress is sufficiently imposing, and we need to find his coffin. Our magic crucifix comes in handy for detecting secret entrances, and we make our way there. Here we...
Before you start, make sure you save, you know? Because you're close to the end of the game, and you're going to be fighting against this powerful vampire. So make sure you save, so that if you should die, you're not taken so far back, yeah.
Find Deirdre, and she's like, oh my god, help me. I can't believe my dad just gave me to the vampires. Don't trust him. He made a deal with them. Well, to be fair, I'm not sure her dad had a lot of options unless he felt like being turned into a tree. So we get the key, but we also get a book to dispel evil, volume 3. I like how there's no 1 or 2. We're just jumping straight to 3.
It looks like volume JJJ. You know? Not not 3, but JJJ. Okay, sorry.
It's like the game knows we're gonna need the maximum dismissal of evil here, so let's not screw around with the starter books. This frees us of our curse, but there's not much point since we have to go back and talk to the book again since he has the down low on how to kill Karen. I mean, it. So back to the book, we unlock it, and now it's free to, I don't know, ruin the world again? And it lets us know Karen's true name, which will weaken him. Wait, I thought that was only a big deal for demons. Vampires don't care if you know their name. Well, whatever. His name is Ben Blood. Huh. Alright.
Ben Blood? Alright. What a name.
Actually, the walkthrough says it's randomly selected each playthrough, so this is what we get. And now, it's time for the final confrontation. Except, wait a minute. What about the mausoleum? Well, now we go in. And it's not the hedge maze or the forest, but it's not fun either. Just a bunch of skeletons and zombies in large rooms. At the end of it are a bunch of statues, and I'm not sure what's going on here, but it looks like it's the rest of Karen's family with their souls tied to these somehow. They all hate him, that much is clear. Well, all the crap we've been collecting in our inventory belonged to them, and by handing it over, they lift a curse or something until Karen's dad brings down the thunder. Boom! Blows a hole in the wall and says there is a box that contains all the sunlight Karen has trapped. And this is why the valley is always dark. Ah.
Wow. Okay, so he put like some sort of magical dome around the valley, cutting off the valley from the outside world. And maybe that's why, the people in this place have never seen an aeroplane. Maybe. And also why Karen, used his telekinetic abilities on Chuck's plane, right? To take it down. Because he doesn't want anyone from the outside world to know what's going on inside this valley. Maybe that's why. Yeah. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't realize sun literally never shines here, so we have a dark city thing going on. Except this box has all the missing sunlight. That could be useful, assuming it hasn't gone nuclear. Although if we're gonna be real here, if there was no sun, this grass would not be green.
Yes, actually, yes, you're right. You're right. Even the trees, they would not be growing, they wouldn't be as tall as they are right now. So, yeah.
Be pale white or something. So we're almost ready. But we need the herbologist to make a necklace out of garlic cloves, bring along a mushroom, holy water, bless everything, the works.
Make sure you bath yourself in holy water as well. Be prepared, 100% prepared.
So this is it, the final encounter. First things first, we nail his coffin shut. Because the Lord says Kieran will be invincible if he can return to his coffin. I didn't need a fortune teller to know that this was a good idea. Next, we ascend the tower to face off with them. And this time, we don't have to be afraid of aging 40 years if we take a wrong turn. We just have to read. And this is it. Beyond these stairs is Kieran himself. Now, the walkthrough has an elaborate description of what to do here. I literally had to stop what I was doing and study it. But what the hell? Let's just try and face him head on, see what happens. Here we go.
Good, you saved the game. Good.
Hello.
Look into my eyes and embrace the gaze. You cannot resist. Ha ha ha! Much better now that you are my slave. Don't move. I have a surprise for you.
So Karen just straight up pimp slaps you to death.
Man, did you see that slap? Oh, it's like the jaw was just ripped off the face and then just blood and everything. Oh gosh, that's a painful way to go.
Why bother with anything more when you're a vampire? Okay, now let's do this right. This is tricky. First, we need the holy water and the mushroom. Then, put the garlic necklace on. And make sure the sun box is in the inventory. Now we eat the mushroom, which makes us blind. Then stumble up the steps. Hello?
You're gonna fight against him blind?
Okay, I'm still blind. How is this gonna work? Just click more things? Hello? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, gaze on me now.
No! How can you resist? It's not possible.
Okay, so he comes for me before I can react, but boom! The garlic holds them back. They have their back and forth. Okay, now throw the holy water, even though it doesn't get an icon. Yes, it burns. Yeah, it better. Okay, now the sun box. Do I put it on the ground? No, I have to equip it. Hurry! Go, go! Kaboom! Yeah, he'll be feeling that one.
Walk into the light.
Jeez, he's still not down. Oh damn, his name. What's his name?
Bellblood? Oh gosh, I forgot. I forgot his name and I didn't write it down. Oh no. It's Belflod, something like that. Bellblood. Oh no.
I forgot. Burnbloth or something? I need to know it exactly. Yeah, maybe you remember it, but you heard it 5 minutes ago.
I don't remember.
It's been longer in-game for me. Hold on, I need to go look at the captured footage. Be right back. Ben Blod. How do you like them apples? Yes, he can feel himself weaken. And he's aware the book has betrayed him. Is he going down yet? Okay, he gives us more taunts and escapes to his coffin as a bat. Well, let's head back down to the coffin. All right, here we are. Can we finish him? Hell yes, cutscene. That's right, Chuck. You know what you're doing. Oh, perfect. Attaboy, Chuck. Oh, hell yes. He's gonna cut his head off. Chuck knows how to do this. What did I say? How every vampire story has different rules?
Green blood, yuck.
Well, cutting off the head is the one thing that almost always holds true. That covers 99% of any vampire problems you'll ever run into. And Deirdre's free, the end. They set out on the Black Sea, looking to the future ahead. Then they kiss, and this becomes quite awkward because the deckhands keep on working while they're frozen in time. And the text is scrolling faster than it probably should.
And they lived happily ever after.
This might be an emulation glitch. And that is Veil of Darkness. Okay, awards time. Yeah, that prophecy meter is still thumbed, so second award. Diablo Protoplasm. I'm sure there are more influences than this, but the confrontation of all manner of evil, the sort of real-time combat, even parts of the caves and the catacombs were giving me kind of a Diablo vibe. Hell, the inventory system was probably an inspiration for the Herodric Cube in Diablo 2. I'm not a game historian, so I don't know the origins of all this stuff, but it's obvious there's some DNA overlap from this game to Diablo. Really, this game is about the best you could hope for an old game that's a little off the beaten path. By modern standards, it has such enormous gameplay problems and endless dead ends that no one who values their well-being should really be playing this. But it was more Wild West with game design back then, and there's so much other quality content here that you can see why this game's also endured. Really, this is a prime game for a reimagining. Give it a full open world RPG style with some modern game design and you would have a real winner. The Valley certainly sparked my imagination, and I'd love to see it fully fleshed out on the ground level.
Yeah, where Ross says that, if you could just give it like a modern take, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Maybe it could be good. I don't know. There are just some things that will have to change, like drastically, but it could work.
And the final award, Best Elder Vampire. Good God, there was no bullshit when it came to this vampire.
Yeah, like he had all the power. He had so many abilities. Wow.
I've seen so many vampire stories where they build up his power only to walk it back later to make him vulnerable somehow so the hero can defeat him, and it just feels unsatisfying. Not here. This vampire lord lived up to all the stereotypes, and Chuck was no Blade. He was just some guy, and yet the game made Kieran's defeat feel legit. This vampire had every trick in the book at his disposal, and it took every trick in the book to bring him down. In the comic/movie 30 Days of Night, this guy gets turned into a vampire, and in, 10 minutes, something like that, he takes the head elder vampire down in a 1v1 fight.
It's a movie.
Hate crap like that. Vampirism only gets better with age. If you make a villain seemingly unstoppable, you have to be clever about how you take them down. And not just hit some switch and all of a sudden they're defeated by something that shouldn't defeat them. Or like an Avatar, where the natives shoot arrows at space-age gunships and they just bounce off because they're reinforced bulletproof.
Yes, but then... sorry, Ross, I'm so sorry. But then, towards the last battle, for some reason, somehow, the arrows are able to penetrate through the helicopters, and hit the pilots. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Why did that not work the first time?
Glass. Then later in the movie, they do the exact same thing while riding a giant bird, and now it works because we can't write? Point is, we didn't get a hint of that in Veil of Darkness. That's refreshing to see. This is honestly one of the better portrayals I've seen of vampires. Almost everything bad could be tied back to a vampire ruining everything. The wrongfully hung guy was killed because of a lazy magistrate appointed by a vampire. The werewolf killed people because Karen let other werewolves run free and she must have gotten infected from them. The girl caught the madness from a vampire. Half the people in the village have to redeem their ancestors because of a vampire. So many problems in society can be traced back to vampires, and this game really nails that. I guess that evil book that made him a vampire is a huge loose end though, huh? Well, that's the episode. Hope you have a happy Halloween, and some of you stay tuned for the adult Halloween after party episode coming up next.
I'll bring it back after I'm done with it. I
You lie.
promise.
Okay, guys, alright, that was Ross's Game Dungeon Veil of Darkness on the Accursed Farms YouTube channel. Yes. That book, that evil book, you know, as soon as it left, as soon as it said that it was free and, you know, it just teleported away, I'm sure it's gone to another community somewhere, somewhere, anywhere in the world, and, you know, it's just going to make someone else into a vampire, and, you know, the same situation is going to occur all over again, you know, just in a different location. That book should have been destroyed. Somehow, some way, you know, Chuck should have destroyed it. Because now the prophecy seems to be complete because, you know, Chuck defeated the vampire, but I don't think so. I don't think it's complete. Like, he has to destroy that book as well, you know, or else another community is just going to go through the same situation. And yeah, the story was interesting. The story was interesting. I like how, you know, this entire valley has been shielded away from the outside world. They've been kept in complete darkness, mainly because of the vampire and its, you know, magical abilities, you know, taking the sunlight away. And for some reason, the grass is still green, the trees are still growing. So yeah, that was quite odd. And yeah, you know how the main character, Chuck, had to go through this entire community, the two villages, you know, going to the outlining houses, the gypsy camp as well, going to the lake, the swamp, all of these different locations, you know, to collect items, to collect information, to solve mysteries and cases. All of this stuff that he had to do all led to that final confrontation with the vampire Corjan, right? Corjan, yes. And yeah, it looks like it would be fun if it was set in a modern, you know, modern gaming environment, if I would say it like that. Like if they made the game, modernized it for, you know, these days, I think I would play it. But the way it was there, the way it was shown, I'm sorry. I can't play early 90s games. No. There's just no way. The music, I'm not really a fan of such music, but yeah, it was okay. It was okay sometimes, and yeah, really, honestly, it's just a game that I would not play. That's what I'm saying. Thankfully, Ross is the one playing it. He's the one showing us what's going on in the game, and yeah, thank you, Ross. Thank you very much. Yes, guys, I guess that's it. Brandon Lewis, thank you for the suggestion. Remember guys, if you want to check out the original video as well as Accursed Farm's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. If you like my reaction, please give me a like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye bye.